2002 season, expectations in Pittsburgh were as high as ever. Coming off a trip to the AFC Championship game, the Steelers entered 2002 with the look of a team ready to take the next step toward a championship. Many fans had already predicted a Super Bowl run, but once the year began, the forecast suddenly changed. Storm clouds quickly gathered over the Steelers season. Pittsburgh fell into an 0-2 hole and dropped 3 of its first 4 games. Throughout the season, this proud team was beset by adversity and battered by injuries to key starters. It was a year that easily could have been lost. But instead of making excuses, Bill Cowher and his team faced their challenges with the resolve and heart of a champion.
It's 45 guys. Let's feed off each other. Just do whatever, but you never stop believing. And on the count of 3, I want to hear believe, baby. Right here. 1, 2, 3.
The Steelers have become a team that is at its best when confronted with the toughest odds. Back them into a corner, and they'll come out swinging harder than ever. In 2002, they once again shook off a slow start and forged ahead, led by an unlikely veteran who wrote a miraculous comeback story of his own.
Tommy Maddox. Tommy Gunn is back.
All right, touchdown, Tommy. Go to work.
He's going to air it out, a man wide open, and he's got it at the 20, the 15, the 10. Hines Ward. How about that?
Lex nudges. Lex juggles that ball 72 times, but he stays after it.
Oh, my gosh. Breaks a tackle up over the 35, 40, 45, the 50. Oh. Antoine Randall does it all.
Oh, you betcha.
Early in the run, he danced. Later in the run, he raced. And between the dancing and the racing, it was fun to watch. Amos Saraway, a nifty, nifty run.
Every time, pounce. All the way to the whistle, pounce. Hey, you got one more quarter now. Let's go again, huh? Y'all can stick to it. Yeah, we gonna win this game. I hear you.
Joey Porter, 2 picks on the night, and the Steelers play takeaway.
I'm telling you, you're in double, you're in.
When the chill of winter set in on the season, the Steelers played their most inspired football. They rallied to win the first division title in the new AFC North, and it was in a dramatic postseason that their champion's heart beat the strongest.
And this place is on fire. Heinz Field, terrible towel twirling.
The Steelers in a stirring comeback here. You're
The Pittsburgh Steelers come back from all odds, tall odds, big odds, and they do it when they had to do it.
With the Steelers at 0-2, their offense continued to struggle in Week 4 against the Browns. Trailing 13-6 in the fourth quarter and in danger of falling to 0-3, head coach Bill Cowher made a bold decision. Number 8 Tommy Maddox replaced Cordell Stewart at quarterback, and in the final minutes drove the Steelers toward the tying score.
62 quick layout. Celebrate it.
Maddox gets the snap. Blitz. Throws it on the post. Touchdown. Blitz the Bulldogs. Maddox strikes from 10 yards out.
In overtime, the Steelers sealed the crucial victory.
The snap is down. The kick is up. The kick is on its way. The kick is good. And the Pittsburgh Steelers climb out of a grave and win against the Browns in overtime.
Good job.
Maddox earned the starting job, and behind their new quarterback, the entire team sprung to life. 1 week after surpassing 11,000 rushing yards for his career, Jerome Bettis ran for 109 yards and 2 scores in Cincinnati. But Bettis wasn't the only big man to get a chance to rumble with the ball.
Get in the back. He's going to be hit. He's going to lose the football. And the Steelers grab it out of the air. 35-25.
just a little more burst of speed. Pittsburgh turned to rookie Antoine Randall L., whose first career touchdown capped the Steelers' most lopsided victory of the year.
50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Look at that guy go! He goes all the way for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. Antoine Randall L. That was something else to watch.
1 week later, in front of a Monday night audience, Pittsburgh welcomed home a legendary quarterback of the past. But it was the town's new quarterback hero who took center stage, as Tommy Maddox fired 2 touchdowns to help the Steelers even their record at 3-3. The following week, Pittsburgh once again exploded for a 21-0 lead as Amos Arroway carried the load in place of an injured Jerome Bettis.
The 20, the 15, the 10. There goes Amos down inside the 5, and he is in the end zone for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
Now you can stay my friend out of the school. I like the stiff arm at the end, though. The stiff arm at the end, though. Finish it out, though.
Suddenly, the surging Steelers had sole possession of first place.
Caught in the end zone for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. A wonderful diving catch by Plexico Burris.
That's big, baby. That's prime time right there. That's prime time.
The next week, Maddox threw for 2 more scores as the Steelers won their 4th straight and improved to 5-3. At midseason, there was no more unlikely success story in the NFL than Tommy Maddox. The quarterback, once considered a first-round bust, had spent 3 years out of football running his own insurance business. After playing in 2 other pro leagues, Maddox finally made his way back to the NFL. 10 years after his last NFL start, the 31-year-old Maddox seized his new opportunity in 2002. Suddenly, he was the toast of the town, and he quietly took it all in stride.
Not saying anything to get nervous about. You just gotta go have fun.
With Maddox's quick release and ability to spread a defense, the Steelers passed for the most yards in team history, and Maddox set a Steelers single-season record for completion percentage. Behind Maddox, the normally grinded-out, down-and-dirty Steelers were transformed into a potent passing team. And linemen like number 77 Marvell Smith and number 73 Kendall Simmons put more emphasis on protecting the quarterback. Center Jeff Hardings, tackle Wayne Gandy, and number 66 Pro Bowl guard Alan Faneca allowed Maddox and his receivers time to produce some eye-popping plays.
Down the field for Flex, and it's tipped and caught in the end zone for a Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
No NFL receiving duo combined for more yards than number 80 Plexico Burris and number 86 Hines Ward, who each surpassed 1,300 yards on the season. Ward shattered his own team record with 112 catches and 12 touchdowns and was named to his 2nd straight Pro Bowl, as much for his tenacity as his productivity.
I tell you what, Hines Ward is tough as nails.
Maddox back, throws it for the near sideline, wide open, grabbing it at the 5, diving for the pylon. It's Hines Ward, a touchdown, Pittsburgh.
The versatility of Ward and his fellow receivers helped turn even 2-point conversions into some of the most creative plays of the season.
I never seen nothing like it. Mike Malarkey pulling out all the stops.
Pitches it back. A complete pivot by Randall L. He's throwing it for the back of the end zone. And we got the 2-point conversion.
Wow.
Randall L. to Hines Ward. How about that razzle-dazzle?
A group of elite receivers and a former backup who rediscovered his career had the 5-3 Steelers soaring at the midseason point.
Got these in a 10?
Let me check in the back.
4 straight wins, the Steelers seem to be on the fast track to the playoffs. In Week 10 against the Falcons, Maddox and the passing game kicked into an even higher gear. Maddox threw for a team record 473 yards, and Plexico Burris set a Steelers mark with 253 receiving yards, while scoring 2 touchdowns. The game, however, went to overtime, and on the final play of the day, Maddox took one last shot at the win.
Maddox is back. He steps up, and here's the rainbow.
Whoa.
And it's down to the end zone, and there are people down there.
He's got it.
And it's
Plexico's got it, but he's not in the end zone.
Goal line. And this game ends as a 34-34 overtime tie.
While no one was sure how to feel after a tie, the Steelers' season grew even more uncertain during a loss the following week.
And he avoids the sack, throws it. It's complete underneath Randall L. And Randall L. He's hurt. Maddox is down and motionless at the Pittsburgh 20-yard line.
But just 3 days after a frightening injury on which he was temporarily paralyzed, Maddox vowed to play again.
Like I said the other day, I'm anxious to get back on the horse. You know, this is what I do, and this is what I love to do. The struggles that I've been through have made me stronger, and I think this will make me stronger going through this. Most of all, the support I've got from the fans has been overwhelming.
With Maddox sidelined, the Steelers needed to pull together in Week 12 to break their 2-game winless streak.
And the Steelers have a man loose at the 40, the 35. Hines Ward goes all the way for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
Jerome Bettis scored twice, and the Steelers' offense didn't miss a beat against the Bengals.
Now here comes the bus off the left side. He grabs forward. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. 5. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And it didn't look like the Bengals wanted any part of the bus.
The following week, a new offensive hero emerged in rookie free agent kicker Jeff Reed. Rejected by several teams earlier in the year, Reed had been working on a dairy farm until the Steelers signed him in midseason. In just his second NFL game, Reed hit on 6 of 6 field goals to help the Steelers hold off Jacksonville.
This is a 50-yard attempt. The kick by Reed is on its way. It's got good height, elevation, and it's good. A 50-yard field goal for Jeff Reed. He's 6 for 6. How about that?
The Steelers had won both games without their star quarterback. And the next week, Tommy Maddox returned to the huddle just 3 weeks after his injury. But against the expansion Texans, Maddox and the offense showed signs of rust as Houston returned 3 turnovers for defensive touchdowns to pull off a startling upset. The loss overshadowed a brilliant performance by the Steelers defense as James Ferrier, Kendrell Bell, and the rest of the unit limited Houston to 3 first downs and 47 total yards, the fewest yards ever gained by a winning team. Bell and the defense continued to dominate the following week, limiting Carolina to 131 total yards, 0 in the first half. Number 91, Aaron Smith, helped stop the run. And number 92, Pro Bowl linebacker Jason Gilden had 2.5 of the team's 6 sacks, as the Steelers were now playing their best defense of the season. While some questioned the unit earlier in the year, there was no doubt this was still one of the league's most punishing defenses throughout the season. The Steelers led the AFC in sacks.
Let's control the game right now. Let's go. Let's control the game right now.
On a critical Monday night in Week 16, Pro Bowler Joey Porter and the defense unloaded on the Bucs.
They wanted to wait a whole year for us, but we're here.
For the second straight season, Aaron Smith, Kimo von Oelhoffen, and the Steelers defense blew into Tampa and blew away the favored Bucs.
Quick drop again. He's hit his Sean King intercepted with the football. Chad Scott to the 5. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And Chad Scott takes it to the house.
The huge win clinched the AFC North Division title.
Hey, on the mission, baby. On the mission. Ain't looking back. Ain't looking back. Congratulations on winning the division championship. Keep it all in perspective.
No doubt.
We are peaking at the right time. And right now, there's going to be no looking back.
Motorola presents the greatest call of the season.
This is going to be a touchdown.
Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Bill Cowher dialed up Tommy Maddox to Plexico Burress for the big play.
Play action fake. Maddox going to throw it deep. And there is Plex trying to get behind a man. He does. He's got it at the 20, the 15, the 10. Plexico Burress goes all the way for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
As winter arrived and many NFL pretenders faded away, the Steelers forged ahead and showed their greatest resolve late in the year. In the regular season finale, Pittsburgh needed 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to erase an 11-point deficit against the Ravens.
Back is Maddox. He looks, gets a block, throws it for the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
Protecting a 3-point lead in the final seconds, cornerback Dwayne Washington stole away the Ravens' last hope. The comeback victory gave the Steelers momentum heading into the postseason, where the team's resilience would be tested more than ever.
We got all of us together, man. One word. It's called team. On 3, team. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
After falling behind the Browns 14-0, the Steelers' electrifying rookie gave his team a much-needed jolt.
50, 45, he's up the sideline, 30, 25, 20.
And that might be just the wake-up call that the black and gold needs tonight.
But just as nothing came easy during the regular season, it wouldn't on this day either. Midway through the third quarter, the Steelers trailed by 17 points. But as they had done all season, they met this challenge head-on. The defense's most inspired effort came from number 97, Kentrell Bell, who started despite a severe ankle sprain and led the team in tackles. Bell's gutsy performance fueled the Steelers on both sides of the ball, and Pittsburgh began to chip away at Cleveland's lead.
Rolling right, throwing for the back of the end zone. It's caught in the back of the end zone for a Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
Maddox threw for a Steelers postseason record 367 yards.
It's caught for the touchdown by Jeremy Tubman in the back of the end zone. And the Steelers are clawing at the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland regained a 12-point lead, and with just over 3 minutes remaining, the Steelers still needed 2 scores.
Shotgun snap, throws it for the goal line. It's caught. There's a touchdown for Pittsburgh.
The defense forced a punt, and with Pittsburgh trailing by 5 in the final minutes, it was fitting that Maddox, the NFL's comeback player of the year, drove his team 61 yards to complete the greatest postseason comeback in Steelers history.
58 seconds to go. Second and goal at the 3. Steelers down by 5. They go with a draw handoff. And goes into the end zone for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. Chris Muamatu gets the go-ahead touchdown. How about them apples?
What can you say? What a comeback.
There's a will. There's a way. And I'm going to tell you something. I told you before. You talk about resiliency. There's no better definition than what you guys just showed out there today.
Just 6 days later, the underdog Steelers once again had to battle back from a 14-0 deficit.
Eddie George trying to find a crack, and there's none there. And I mean, he is belted around and hit hard.
Fumble, and the Steelers got it. Wow, that is unbelievably huge. There's a sense of purpose to this team, and I think the reason is because nobody has given them a chance.
The give to the right to Zaraway through the hole. He's at the 20. He's down to the 10, the 5, and he goes into the end zone.
Whoa!
Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. What a touchdown run by Amos Zaraway. That was an all-time.
That's all time.
That was all time.
The Steelers tied the score midway through the fourth quarter.
Caught, spinning move, Hines, 4 after 5. He's down to the goal line. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Wow, what a play by Hines Ward.
This epic playoff battle eventually went to overtime, where the Titans looked to win it on their opening possession.
High snap, ball down, then his kick is on its way. That kick is up and no good. He missed.
Unbelievable.
And now we have a late flag.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Someone ran into the kicker.
Tennessee was given one more shot.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers can't believe what hit them. And they'll talk about this finish for a long time.
Though they fell short of their ultimate goal, the resilience they had shown in defeat was symbolic of the heart they had shown all season.
I'm proud of you guys. Because I'm going to tell you, you never stop playing. You never stop playing. This is about this football team playing it for 60 minutes now. Let's go now. On a count of 3, team, man. 1, 2, 3, 3.
The Steelers' 2002 season may not have ended with a Super Bowl, but this team couldn't have played more like champions. Once again, their best football came when they faced the greatest of odds, as they rallied behind a quarterback who saved his career and his team all in one season. They were a team of playmakers and record breakers, a roster filled with the game's brightest new stars. In Bill Cowher's 11 seasons as head coach, the Steelers have won 7 division titles, more than any team over that time. It is a level of success Pittsburgh has come to expect of its team, and these men have come to expect of themselves. The pieces are in place to take the next step in 2003. They have the talent, they have the will, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have always possessed the heart of a champion.